main objective of our project was to develop a text-to-speech and transcription application. In particular, we wanted to cater this application to university students with accessibility requirements that make written notes tedious or impossible. On the flip side, some students, such as those with hearing impairments, may require oral notes to be transcribed. We also wanted to use this project as an opportunity to explore some of the many APIs available on Amazon Web Services. Of particular interest for our project were Amazon Polly and Amazon Transcribe. Although originally we intended to deliver a mobile application, time constraints made this infeasible. Instead, we opted for a simpler UI in the form of a command line interface. Since this course focuses on cloud computing, we felt that presenting complete backend functionality was more important than a polished UI. Our final product provides text-to-speech functionality by allowing the user to submit notes in the form of a text file, and they can download the speech as an MP3. The transcription functionality is similar except in reverse. The user uploads an audio file and can download the transcription as a text file. A history of all audio and text files is stored in the cloud so the user can access them at a later date. We think this application will be of interest to students who are looking for an alternative approach to note-taking and studying. Even for those that prefer written notes, having notes in audio form can be convenient as they can be played in the background while performing other tasks that don't require much focus. Additionally, we think that our application will be of interest to some students in this class as a demonstration of Amazon's Polly and Transcribe APIs. After researching both Azure and AWS as potential platforms to develop our application, we settled on AWS. The main motivating factor was that in general we found the official documentation to be far superior. AWS also has a lot more unofficial resources due to the popularity and maturity of the platform. Our research showed that Azure has equivalent APIs for everything we're trying to do, so it would also be a viable platform. It would just be a bit more tedious to work with. The main APIs that make our application possible are Amazon Polly and Amazon Transcribe. Polly provides text-to-speech, and Transcribe is fairly self-explanatory. All of our data is stored on Amazon S3, as the only data we have is audio and plain text files. All our code is written in Python, and so we interface the APIs through Amazon's Bodo 3 SDK.
My name is Darren Chan. I'll be presenting slides 6 to 10. The following links in this slide are resources that you can use to implement AWS Polly, which is the text-to-speech, and AWS Transcribe, which is speech-to-text in Python, as well as storing and retrieving files using S3 buckets. Using the resources we found in AWS documentation, the implementation for Polly and Transcribe went incredibly smooth for us. S3 was very effective for storing and retrieving user files in the cloud. We also successfully implemented the following features, where the user can change the accents of the voice and also perform different actions with a file, such as uploading, downloading, and deleting. During the development of our application, there were only two extremely minor issues that came up. The first issue was that the Python examples from the documentation produced very minor issues and did not work, so additional research was required to resolve this. The second issue was that AWS Transcribe will only produce a JSON output, so you had to manually convert it to a text file. If we had more time to work on the implementation, we would like to implement a better UI, possibly in the form of a website or mobile application. We would also add more options for languages such as French, German, and Spanish. Currently, our application only accepts text files for input and outputs a MP3 file. We would like to add more compatibility for files. For example, the user can upload PDF files and choose the file format of the audio file, such as
Hi everyone, my name is Miriam, and today I'm just going to demonstrate how our app that we created called Polytranscribe actually works. So this app uses AWS cloud resources, including Amazon Poly, Transcribe, and S3 for the purpose of hosting. So I'm just going to start the app, and the first thing that comes up is 7 options to choose from. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the AWS Poly documentation page and just get some content to create a text file. So maybe I'm a student who finds it easier to listen rather than read, or maybe I want to multitask and do something else while I'm listening to the documentation right up. There's many applications for text-to-speech. So I'm just going to create this file and save it as AWS Docs Part 1. And then I'm going to go back to my app and upload the file to the cloud S3 storage so that it can be accessed and changed into an MP3 file. So by doing that, I'm just going to choose upload file and then type in my file name. And then we can see that we have a message there that says it has been successfully uploaded to the cloud. So as I said, we want to convert the text file to an audio file. So I'm going to choose number 1, text to speech, and then choose the file that I just uploaded, AWS Docs Part 1. And then we get a message that says it was created and uploaded to the cloud successfully. So next I just want to download that file so I can actually listen to it. So again, I'm going to choose number 4, download, and then the MP3 file that was just created that we can see there is number 1. And it was downloaded to my local directory, so I'm just going to navigate there and I can see that it is indeed in my folder.
Amazon Poly is a cloud service that converts text into lifelike speech. You can use
Great, so now I'm going to do the opposite and convert an audio file into a text file. So this might be helpful for students who are more visual learners. So I'm just going to choose number 5 again and upload a file. I've already created an audio file for part 2 of the AWS documentation. So I'm just going to use that. And again, just type in the file name. And we get a success message that it was uploaded. So then I'm going to choose number 2, speech to text. Choose AWS Docs Part 2. And then we get a success message that it was created and uploaded to the cloud. So now I want to download that text file, just like I did with the other one. So I'm going to choose download and the file. And then again, navigate to my local directory and I can see that the text file is there. So I'm just going to go back to my app and I want to show how to delete a file from the cloud if you don't want one there anymore. So just choose number 6 and then choose the number that corresponds to the file that you want to delete. And then you get a message that it was successfully deleted. So the last thing I want to do is show how to change an accent when you're using Amazon Poly. So I'm just going to click on number 3. The default is an American female voice named Joanna. So I'm going to change it to Russell, who is Australian male. So I'm just going to choose number 2. And we get a confirmation message that the accent has been changed. And so just to show an example of the updated accent, I'm going to choose number 1 again. And I'm going to convert a Little Red Riding Hood story to audio. And then I'm just going to download that file as well. And we can check it out in our local directory.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near the forest. Whenever she went out, the little girl...
And you can hear that the accent has been changed as well. And to quit the application, you simply just type 7 and it will close. Now when you start the application again, because everything is stored in the cloud, all of your files will still be there and will be accessible. If I want to download another file, I can see that they're all still there unless I delete them. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed listening to this demo.